It's your girl E. Just Evonne, let's talk for a while until I see you again. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I promise it's going to be a vibe with your girl E. Just Evonne, let's talk. With your girl E.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It is your girl E, and you are right on time, honey. Baby, these internet streets are hotter than fish grease on a hot July Houston day, baby. Peach with the patches is slinging mud like no other. First, let me say this. I am your girl E. I know you could have been anywhere in these YouTube streets, but you chose to kick it with your girl, and for that, I say thank you, and thank you. Now, you already know the drill. Before we get started, I'm going to need y'all to do me a favor and hit the like button because it helps me out in the algorithm. And you know as well as I do, your girl need to be helped out all up and through the algorithm. I'll wait. So let's get this thing going, honey. Your girl was trying to do her best to get some sleep last night because sleep is necessary, honey, for the beauty sleep. And honey, my notifications was going off left and right. I didn't know what was going on. I get on the internet, girl, and who do I hear? Peach with the patches going for good old Rasta Queen, baby. Now, Rasta, I'ma tell you this before we get in this mess. I know your position is, I'm not gonna slang my daughter. I'm never gonna say anything. And I believe you're not. Because as of today, your normal routine has been disturbed. Because you didn't go live. And I understand it. You don't want to face all of the people coming in there asking you about the shenanigans that Peach had going on last night about you and your character and your husband. Because, honey, if it was me, I'd probably take a break. Because y'all know your girl will take a break from the mess when it gets too much. Okay? So I ain't going to hold that against you. Y'all, Peach has to be, in my opinion, allegedly trying to ruin Rasta Queen's marriage. I mean, I can't imagine her thinking that this would be a great conversation to have to a married woman who's trying to do better, honey. You got to hear this for yourself so you can understand where your girl is coming from. Because I just don't want to be no bone carrier, honey. This is too heavy. This is above my pay grade. Listen to this mess and we going to jump back on it. Oh, my God. Whew. Listen to this.
Mama, damn good. You know how dramatic y'all like to be, child, please. You like to call your kids a liar, tell them things didn't happen, etc. Wow, I wouldn't have guessed your mom was that way according to what we said. My mama, man, narcissistic people, I keep telling y'all that narcissistic people need the outside to be perfect. I cannot let you see my flaws. I cannot, they gotta be clean on the outside at all times. They gotta have this spotless home at all times. They treat strangers good and they treat the people that know them like shit. Because they can't let the world know that they're not perfect. Me, I don't give a fuck. I know I'm not perfect. I don't try to be. I don't wake up and try to be the most perfect version in the world. I do try to be better every day. I do know there's room for improvement, but I'm not finna get on the internet and act like my life's so perfect. My mama is a whore and was a whore. My mama has cheated on her husband, my stepdaddy, numerous times. My mama cheated on her first husband. She's a user and she's narcissistic. I know who my mama is. She's a compulsive liar. She does a lot of triangulation. She hides behind God. My grandma the same way. I just talked about this on TikTok. My grandma literally teaches Sunday school. You'll see her. Oh, she's so sweet. My grandma literally will hunch that lady husband on Saturday night, dance with him at my grandma's yard that I left home, baby, to be with my side piece, and then go teach your kid about God on Sunday. Don't nobody know the Bible better than the devil. Y'all let, just because people go to church fool y'all. Oh, she's into the word. Like we don't see on the news what pastors doing to kids. Come on now. And what did your dad do? Was he also a bad father? The bitch was absent. My daddy allegedly had 22 kids with 16 or 17 different women. Now his obituary, I think they had like 11, maybe 9 kids in there. But allegedly he had like 22 kids from 17 different women. He was an absent, inconsistent father. He didn't really do shit. My life is literally like textbook. Both of my parents had a lot of childhood trauma. They were both dealing with themselves. Y'all know back in the day you could just drop your kids off at grandma's house. That's what they did. My daddy literally would come get me and leave me with anybody. He literally would leave me with anybody. Y'all remember why me and my mama like fell out? I was with my kids and a song came over my spirit. It goes, that, my voice gonna be horrible, but it goes, that childhood trauma creep up on you like a thief in the night. My own mama and my own daddy didn't treat me right. Right? So if y'all remember, I made that song up. I took my kids to the pool. And when we was leaving, it just came over my spirit. I started singing it and recorded it, posted it. Everybody was saying how much they like it. And my mama called me and she said, why you keep lying on me? And I said, lying on you? What do you mean lying on you? She was like, you lying on me. I'm sick and tired of you. I'm like, how am I lying on you? Merle did not have you all the time. Tell me, I used to leave you with Merle. I'm like, you did. You used to leave me with Merle for weeks. She was like, I did not leave you for weeks. I said, okay, well, for days, without food or clothes. My grandma literally hand washing my uniforms and putting them in the dryer. No food. I'm eating sugar bread, drinking sugar water. And you got food stamps at home. I got a bed at home and you being a hoe. You didn't come get me. Elk gone with his daddy them. Drill gone. You know, I'm with my grandma Murrah. And she's like, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's not a fucking lie. That's the truth. So it's like, we can't even have this conversation because you want to just say that I'm a liar. How can we, we can't get past this. And then we have like therapy. I tried all that with my mama. I've been offered all that years ago with my mom.
Now, Peach said Rasta was a hoe. Peach said Rasta cheated on Lynch Mob. Allegedly. But these were her words because she was there, and these were her accounts of Rasta's movement. Can y'all believe this woman got on the internet in the middle of the night holding babies, slinging shit like this? How in the world are you breast pumping, skin into skin, speaking this type of vile shit about anybody holding your kids? That's the only point I'm getting to right now, y'all, because I don't know if Rasta was a hoe spreading it wide and landed low and creeping out the door and gave Lynch Mob a hard time. I don't know. Only thing I do know is today, right now, Lynch Mob is loving Tracy and want to be with Tracy. But y'all, I think that triggers Peach. I really do. Why would she throw Lynch Mob under the bus like this? When she says, I love me father. Because for those of you who do not know, Peach with the Patches called Lynch Mob me father. Okay? Which is her stepfather. Peach also says that this man came in and stabilized their life. Check this out.
Like, that's your mama. She gave birth to you. Just because somebody give birth to you don't mean they love you. And then my mama even said herself, talking about she ain't know what love was until lynch mob. And that's why I love my stepdaddy. Like, my stepdaddy is an amazing man. Oh my God. The way he loved my mama, I appreciate him, you know? The way he came and changed our life, because before lynch mob, my mama was hoeing. Like, when I say hoeing, I don't mean prostituting on the streets. She was just sleeping with different men and women. She was just an absent parent. She wasn't financially stable, even getting government assistance. Like, we still ain't have food sometimes. And anytime times got hard, my sister left. My sister never stayed through hard times. Let us not have no food. My sister finna call my grandma or my auntie. They finna come get her, and she go on about her business. Me and Elwood had to endure the hardships. Me and Elwood stayed during the hard
The
times.
prequel before Lynch Mob, Tracy was not keeping a stable environment. She said that sometimes they didn't even have food. When it was tough, Drea got to step in. Honey, she would leave. She was not there. Drea has always lived her soft girl life. She was not there for the struggle bus. But her and Edward stuck it out. They hung in there, and baby, they got the worst end of the stick, is what she said. And allegedly, Peach with the Patches say her and Edward used to hold counsel on the phone about how difficult it was staying with staying with Rasta Queen, allegedly. This was before, as you can hear, before Lynch Mob came and, made everything stable around there. Honey, she said Rasta was with any and everybody who would have her. That is so cold-blooded. Honey, I'm just saying, for me and mine, that is a difficult pill to swallow. You know? Imagine you sleep at night, living your best life, to wake up and hear your daughter drag your name through the mud once again in it's 2025, when we thought things were gonna get better, after you watched her children and she came back with this snarly, my mama didn't help me, I didn't need her to do that. Wood took my kids over there, and right after he brought them back home. Oh, Rasta, honey, it couldn't have been me. It cannot be me. You are not going to treat me like shit on the bottom of a shoe and drag me every other day you feel like it, because you ain't happy with the decisions you made with your husband. Now, I'm not saying Rasta didn't do this shit, because this girl imagination would have to be as vivid as hell, or she is recounting some shit that really went down, in my opinion. Now, we all know that children, the way it affects a child and how they bring it out can be, exaggerated, because in our mind as children, things are amplified. But do I believe something went down? I'm sorry, y'all. I do. I believe something went down, and I believe Rasta know what that something is. But like I also said, when you're living in dysfunction and dysfunction is your reality, you don't know what's bad and what's good. All of it is toxic, and it could be accepted in your reality at that time, right? Because if everybody is on cocaine cowboys and doing a whole lot of other stuff, your mental capability could be misconstrued because you was on that Tony Montana. So the way you remember shit could be a little bit different than a person who was sitting over there waiting for a hug. That's all I got to say about that. But over here, unlike TikTok, where they listen and don't judge, we are older people, and we are listening for understanding and using our wisdom to guide others not to be so foolish, okay? That is what we do over here, and that is what I am doing. I could not believe this. I said, Lord, please, 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 don't let Mr. Lynch Mob hear anything that he didn't hear before, which I told y'all before. Tracy says she tells her husband everything just because she knows her family's going to bring it up, And that is work for her marriage because they've been together for 20 something years, honey. But I just, ooh, honey, that Peach is something else. Speaking all this negativity over her life like that with her kids. Now, these are precious babies, y'all. The baby's not even 2 weeks old. And instead of getting nurturing and loving time with their mama, they are over there listening and taking in bad energy that Peach wants to give them. And in my opinion, that's a sad case. So for all of that, I'm very aware. I am all of these things. You could be as aware as you want to, honey, but you are still as toxic as hell. And what you're putting over these new kids and your family and your life could never prosper because your focus is so on the negative. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this. Well, I'm going to tell Peach this first. Peach, you claim to say you love books and you are an avid book reader. I need you to get The Alchemist, okay? And I need you to read The Alchemist with all of your heart, out loud or however you do it, so you could just soak up the moral of the story, right? And that is, you're going to get what you focus on the most, whether you want it or not, because the universe is conspiring to make whatever you focus on your reality. So if you focusing on negative shit and trauma and not being happy and deception and all of these things, you are going to harbor that in your household with your husband and your family, honey. You are going to relive that reality over and over again because you have told the universe that this is something that you expect and you subscribe to. Okay? The reality you've created with your tongue and the spell work that you do every day when you get out here and call yourself Dragon Tracy, what you are really doing is laying the foundation for misery for yourself. It would behoove you in 2025, baby girl, to leave that shit alone and move the hell on, okay? Okay, we get it. You ain't gonna talk to Tracy. Tracy was a whore. She's not to be trusted. She stole from your daddy, and your daddy was no good because he dropped you off at anybody's house and anything could have happened. And allegedly, we believe anything. We believe everything happened just because of the person you became. Move on with your healing, girl. Because, honey, this can't be good for nobody but YouTube and the algorithm and these AdSense dollars. That's all it could be good for. Because Miss Tracy decided she wasn't even going to go live today. That's how disturbed she probably is. Your grandma, Merle Lee, not Merle Lee, she was the one that you hold in sainthood. But, Johnny May probably ain't gonna be able to go to Bible study this week. She probably not gonna even be able to do her Sunday school class after you finish with her and told everybody that she gets over there at the yard and dances with people on the side chick dance and screws the husband, then go teach at Sunday school the next morning. Oh my God, this woman is in her 70s. That woman can stroke out over shit like this. Y'all excuse my French, but this is a whole lot for your girl. 2025 is sizing up to be nothing different than 2024, 23, and 22, and 21, baby. The saga continues. And in my opinion, as long as Wood is out there acting no good, everybody's going to get it. Except him, because she lets her kept husband cheat in peace. I cannot believe this, y'all. What kind of machinima are we dealing with this early? But honey, that is her business, not mine. It is not my business. I just want to bring it to the light because Peach with the Patches thought it was important to talk about this late last night. So I need to recap for the girls that is trying to get to work in Cubicle Nation and for the folks out here trying to make some coffee and get their life straight. Honey, I need to give y'all the cliff notes of the foolishness. And that is what your girl is here to do. Now, on that note, I want to tell y'all in closing, if anybody got your mind this tied up with trauma, go get you some counseling, baby. Because you are not helping nobody. None. To Drea, to Ed, to Rasta Queen, Lynch Mob, Johnny May, the cousin, everybody that peached through under the bus last night. Y'all know what it is. Y'all have steps y'all could take if y'all decide to do it. If it were me, I would be looking into that, because you would not be bringing your unhappy, bad decision making, impulsive ass on this internet and dragging me anytime you get ready for it. Baby, you would at least be splitting some of these coins that you making off the trauma that you are reinforcing on me every other day. But that is my business. I have good sense and resources. I'm hoping that you guys find one of the latter. But nevertheless, y'all, I am your girl. I gotta go do what I gotta do now, honey, because I can't be wrapped up in this shit too long. Anyway, for those of you who stuck around with your girl this long, do your girl a favor and hit the like button, because like I told you once before, it helps me out in the algorithm. And of course, your girl needs to be helped out in the algorithm. And if you stuck around this long and found anything that I had to say useful, funny, humorous, anything that you think you can hold on to or you needed to hear, do yourself a favor and hit the subscribe button. I would love to see you around. Now, until the meantime and in between time, I gotta go, because I gotta go water my plants and feed my chickens, baby. It's supposed to be a blizzard coming through. And y'all have a beautiful, marvelous day. And don't let nobody step on your happiness like Peach with the patches. I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Now I'm out of here.